Hare So before we move on to the second half of the program, we always like to share a little bit of wisdom. And as we're approaching Thanksgiving, it's always good to remember why we celebrate Thanksgiving. Bhakti yoga is oftentimes known as the yoga of love. And where does love begin from? It starts from gratitude. It begins from when we show gratitude to others, to those around us. I apologize maybe for those of you who attended Wisdom Wednesday. This presentation will be quite similar, but for the vast majority you would have never heard about it. I do want to say that I did not make this presentation, but it was a presentation that one of my friends made that I am simply just re-delivering. But after all Bhakti tradition, one thing we say we are really good at is re-delivering knowledge instead of coming up with it in our heads. All we ever do is re-deliver knowledge as we have learned about it from the Bhakti Yoga tradition. So the magic of gratitude. So before we begin, I wanted to ask, what is gratitude? Gratitude is one of those words that we use, but it's really special in the sense that gratitude means something different to everybody. So if you're all comfortable, and I know sometimes it's hard to step out of your comfort zone to speak up in a room full of strangers, but I would really appreciate it if some of you were willing to share, what is gratitude? What does gratitude mean to you? And feel free to just blurt out.
Acknowledging the things we have. Acknowledgement of things we have.
Acknowledgement of things we have. Love it.
Thankfulness.
Thankfulness.
Appreciation.
Appreciation.
Thinking of like fullness, not emptiness.
Fullness, not emptiness, right? Reminds me of the whole, don't look at the glass half empty, but look at it half full. Definitely.
Acceptance.
Acceptance. Would someone do me a favor? Just whip out your phone and search up the dictionary definition. Can someone do that for me real quick? Get a research department on it. What does gratitude actually mean? Or rather, what interpretation of gratitude by the English dictionary? Someone have it? Yeah, go ahead.
The quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness.
I love it. We essentially said the definition between all of us. We said all those keywords. Right? So gratitude is one of those things that encapsulates really the meaning of love. And I think it's so beautiful, and it's so nice to show it to others, but also show it to ourselves.
Want to hear the AI definition?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Seems like, maybe they're listening to our chanting here. Gratitude is a feeling of thankfulness and appreciation for the good things in life, whether they are tangible or intangible.
Tangible or intangible, definitely. And this will pop up in my slides perhaps later on as well. So why do we express gratitude? Right? Why do we even need to express it? Why do I need to go around saying thank you, acknowledging others, showing kindness? What do I get out of it? And I know there's 3 bullet points up there as hints, but again, I'd like to ask all of you, why do you express gratitude? Why do you thank the person who kept the door open? Why do you thank the person who gave you a smile? What do you get out of it? Do you get anything out of it?
Happiness.
Happiness, okay. Why do you get happiness out of it?
It's a sense of fulfillment that you feel to have gratitude.
A sense of fulfillment. Okay. Yeah?
Yeah. And shifting the focus from inward to outward.
Inward to outward. Yes. It's like taking a piece of our heart and sharing it with somebody else. Anybody else?
Helps us focus on the positive.
Focus on the positive, definitely. So some points that I have is it helps you become more conscious of what you have. Similar to your point, right? You don't view the glass half empty, you look at it half full, right? We live in a world where it's so easy to never be satisfied with what we have. But by being grateful, we have the ability to be conscious of what we already have. You connect with the person, human or divine, you feel grateful to, right? Connecting to other people. In Seattle, we may say that there's a lack thereof, known as the Seattle freeze. But perhaps if we had a little bit more gratitude, we would find better connection with those who are around us. You immediately feel how your heart and vision widens, right? So to Jay's point, you give a piece of your heart to somebody else, but have you actually lost something? You've actually gained something. You've actually gained happiness. So why is that? This is a question in Wisdom Wednesdays that we have discussed quite a bit. What brings you happiness? this idea of selfless service, opening the door for somebody else. There's a story someone in Wisdom Wednesday shares quite often, and it's something that stuck with me for over a year now. He says the happiest moment of my life is when I went to a grocery store and someone wasn't able to open the freezer door, it was stuck. So he went and just pulled it with all his might until the freezer door opened and that person was able to get their groceries. And he says that that is one of his happiest moments. And it's something that seems so insignificant, but it's this example of selfless service that really brings about that inner happiness and fulfillment. And he always says it's because of the gratitude that the other person showed. Right? Let's say you just open the door and they say nothing. It's like, still, you feel happy that you helped somebody, but gratitude just is a way of expressing one's love for somebody else, somebody who you may have never even met before. Raise your hand if any of you have ever felt like you had nothing ever to be grateful for. I know I have. There have been times when I have felt like I have had nothing to be grateful for. Many of you? None of you? Maybe I should be hearing from all of you how to be grateful. So, I want to share a personal story. And from there, I think the other 3 points will connect hopefully a lot better. But one point when I've been told that perhaps I should have had nothing to be grateful for was when I was going through some health challenges. And who doesn't go through health challenges these days? It's just a part of life. At one point or another, we all will end up in a hospital with some challenges, whether it's a broken bone, whether it's something else. In my case, it was a spontaneously collapsed left lung. The doctor said that it looked like a bullet had gone through my left lung, and they were surprised that I walked myself into the ER with my parents. And it was something that I was kind of used to, I'd walk into the ER, my lung was known to spontaneously collapse. I'd walk into the ER, they'd go to the chest x-ray, they'd be like, oh, it's just collapsed a little bit, and then I'd walk out of the ER. But this time I realized that after my x-ray, they're taking me down the other hallway, and I was like, oh, this is different. So that's when they told me that my left lung had entirely collapsed. So from there, I was transported to the ICU here in Seattle at Swedish Hospital, and that's where I was called home for the next 10 days or so. I really don't remember how long. But obviously it wasn't a really happy moment in my life. It was actually during Christmas time. It was the end of the year, during the holiday season, one of the most joyful, cheerful times of the year. And here I was sitting in the ICU. And something I've been told by the people who visited me is that I was smiling. I don't recall why. I don't know why I was smiling. But what I do remember is I really appreciated all the people who came to visit me. In the ICU, they have a rule where you can't have more than 2 people visit you at a time and you have a daily allowance. So the first 2 days, they really were enforcing it. By the 3rd day, I'd given up. I had like 5 people in the room, 10 people in the room. It was like a little party in there all the time with people bringing me food. And I just remember feeling so grateful that there's so many people who love me, who drove all the way to Seattle, right? Many of my friends or family are out in the east side. It's not a short drive to Seattle. I feel like we in Washington State are not used to driving very long compared to other states. I felt really grateful for that. And I feel like it's one of those instances when you're forced to really think about your class being half full rather than half empty, or even a quarter full, or even a tenth full, right? Because it's at that point when you realize that it's the people who are around you who are most important. Without the people around you, what is the point? It's the association, it's the friendships, it's the love and the gratitude of those around us. So why do I share this story? Well, the reason I share this story is because I feel like this is one point when I should have had nothing to be grateful for. I'm grateful that I was brought up in a way I'm grateful for the fact that my brain worked in such a way at that moment in time that I was able to be grateful. When you're in a hospital, they say a lot of times your recovery is based on your attitude, right? Are you actually feeling like you can make a recovery? There are people who just go into straight depression and they're never able to make a full recovery. And I truly do believe that it's because of my attitude that I was able to make it back, be sitting here today. It was a long road, but I think one of the most important things I learned is to always keep a smile whenever possible. Do you want to smile with me? So, the three takeaways that I think we can take from this story and hopefully other experiences in your own life is that we are opportunity blind. We live in a world of materialism. It's a reality. We live in a world of materialism where we're brought up to believe that material things can bring us happiness. To some extent they can, but does it keep you happy forever? Again, another example is, our family bought a new car, and I'm so attached to it. The moment there's a scratch, I'm like, why did you run your backpack across the side of the car? Or why did you put it that way? Now there's 20,000 miles on the car, I don't care, right? The happiness doesn't stay forever, right? It's in that moment it makes you happy. But like in the story I just shared of being in the hospital, it's oftentimes the non-materialistic things that bring us happiness. And those are the blessings we should be counting. The second is from the lens of the wisdom literature, from Bhakti Yoga. And it's the idea that about knowing your dharma, about knowing your purpose, right? What am I doing? Why am I doing it? There's so many people in the world who go to work every day, they come back, they eat, they sleep, they wake up, they go to work, and they eat and sleep, and then make $1 bazillion, but why? Why? There's just so many people I know, in my own work, I swear, one of the people on my team, he's up at 2 a.m. attending meetings from people who are in Japan and stuff, and I'm like, why? I don't have to attend them. They've told you don't have to attend them, but you still want to attend them. And of course, people have different driving motivators, different factors, but ultimately, I think something that many people have realized is jobs are jobs, they're not our life. They are just jobs. We are dispensable when it comes to jobs. And the final, being thankful amidst adversity. Redirecting your heart to the gifts of life. Right? Count your blessings. What are you grateful for? What is the lesson if things didn't go well? Right? So, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, I just wanted to end with some little wisdom from the Bhakti literatures. There's, I think, it being the yoga of love, there's quite a lot we can learn from it in terms of how do we show gratitude, how do we change our mindset, our perspective, such that it becomes easier to be grateful in a world where it seemingly seems that it's becoming harder and harder to be grateful or to feel loved. So I'm going to read, or attempt to read, the Sanskrit. And the Sanskrit is one of the world's oldest languages. It does such a good job of communicating so much in such a succinct space. And Sanskrit is a very sing-songy language. It's like a poem. If I were to actually study it, there's meters for everything. There's a correct way to say it. I haven't studied it. Again, I'll try my best. But again, I think it's just so nice to hear the actual source it's coming from before we read the English of what it means. Karmani evadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbud ma tisanga swakarmani. And it translates to, you have a right to perform your prescribed duties, but you are not entitled to the fruits of your actions. Never consider yourself to be the cause of the results of your activities, nor be attached to inaction. Right? So what does it mean? That's still a bit convoluted. It's hard to understand. So, this is actually AI taking it and making it easier for us to understand. So it emphasizes that performing one duty with detachment from the outcome, fostering a sense of satisfaction in the action itself rather than the results, leads to contentment and peace. If you ask somebody, why are you working this job? Why are you doing this? It's oftentimes tied to the end result. And we live in a world where we have to do that. It's not possible to only do the things we love to do. But we grow up in a situation where we become too tied to the things we want. I want want a 4.0, I want an A, I want this, I want that. We always do something to get the result. And I can't tell you how many, I do college advising, I talk with kids. I can't tell you how many times kids are depressed because they got a bad grade. Because we've taught them in a society that it's the outcome that matters, not the effort they put in. And that applies to everything that we do. So what this is saying is that we have to be content with the action. We have to be satisfied that we tried our hardest. But it also says, nor be attached to inaction. It doesn't say, don't be attached to the result and not do anything. It's not saying sit idly under a tree and do nothing. It says you still have to do your actions. You still have to perform your duty. The next is, Jitatmana prasantasya paramatma shama ita shitoshna shukha dukkeshu tatamana panayo. For those who have conquered the mind, the super soul is already reached, for they have attained tranquility. To such a person, happiness and distress, heat and cold, honor and dishonor are all the same. What does it mean? So it says, a peaceful and content mind brings joy and acts as our best friend. This verse encourages self-control and finding satisfaction within oneself, rather than relying on external achievements or possessions. Right? This ties again back to the materialistic idea that money can buy happiness. Maybe to some extent it can, but will it forever? And also I think ties in really well to the mantra house slogan of find happiness within, right? And then finally, last thought. Apuryamana machala pratishtam samudramappa pravishanti advat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve shashantim apnoti nakama kami. A person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires that enter like rivers into the ocean, which is ever being filled but is always still, can alone achieve peace, and not the person who strives to satisfy such desires. The imagery in this one is quite amazing. It talks about the image of an ocean undisturbed by rivers flowing into it to illustrate that inner peace and satisfaction. It highlights that true peace comes from not being agitated by endless desires. It's so easy to always want more. And that always wanting more to lead us to chase more, to work harder, to do more things. And before you know it, it's like, why? I think the question why is so important in life, especially when it comes to being grateful. Why am I not being grateful? What are all the ways that I can be grateful? So the last thought I want to end with is one of my favorite slogans from a teacher I have. And they say, whatever you appreciate, appreciates. Whatever you appreciate, appreciates. Right? Appreciating, being grateful is almost like an investment in somebody else. Let's say, Atma, I'm really grateful that you came out today to do this wonderful kirtan. I know that all of us benefited from it so much and felt so much tranquility. Now, not that it's an ego boost, but there's a difference between it being an ego boost versus feeling loved. And feeling loved means that you end up doing more selfless service. At the end of the day, we are people who serve. We serve our bosses, we serve our friends and family. If you're parents, you serve your kids. But it's only when you're loved, when you like to do selfless service. Why does a mom care so much for their child? It's because of love that they serve their child so much. And it's only in that relationship that service actually feels like love. And it becomes this amazing infinite loop. I don't think I have that relationship with the teacher. You know, if I don't have to do my homework one day, I'm like thrilled. Right? So that's what it means. Whatever you appreciate, appreciates. So that's the final thought I want to end with, and something maybe to be a little more intentional with. How can you appreciate more such that they appreciate? And I know it's really cliche, but what goes around comes around, doesn't it? Right? You can kind of think of it as the butterfly effect. If you're in this room, everybody goes out and starts appreciating, it'll spread. Right? We've seen those like Instagram reels and YouTube videos. I know, it seems like it's all made up, but I hope you feel it in your heart that there is an ability to appreciate more, to be grateful for the friends you have. If you haven't talked to somebody in like a year, call them up, be like, I'm grateful that you've stayed in touch with me. I know I'm really bad at texting people back, so this is actually a reminder for myself to text some of my best friends, maybe friends who are no longer in a state that, hey, I'm really grateful that you're still in my life. I'm grateful that you checked in with me even though I did not reply. And with that mood of gratitude, we'll enter into our next kirtan and really just want you to meditate upon what are all the blessings in your life? Where have they come from? How can we be grateful for them?
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Bo, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Let them hear it on the street. Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Bo, 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 Hare Bo. Hari Bo, Hari Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare Hare Haribo, 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 Haribo. Haribo, 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 Haribo. Haribo, 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 Haribo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. All together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Once more, just the voices with a heart of gratitude. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
I am grateful to all of you for coming out today and participating with your hearts. Kirtan is one of those activities where the consciousness of a person matters just as much as your exterior participation. And it's very evident in the room when everybody participates with their heart, because hopefully everybody feels the same happiness and energy that I do. Quickly, before we end, I have a quick poll. So one thing is, this is our last event in Open Flight Studio for the year. We're going to be hopping around a little bit for the next couple of, you guys are free to sit down, it'll take like 2 minutes. We're going to be hopping around for the next couple of events, and we want to get a sense of where all of you are from so we can continue to be close or convenient for all of you. So quickly, just a quick poll. Could you raise your hand if you come from North Seattle or further north? Okay. And could you put your hand up if you came from South Seattle or further south? Okay. East side? Okay. Western Washington, it's like, the islands. I didn't know what to call it. You had to take a ferry here. Okay, and then part B, who drove? Okay. How many took the bus or other forms of public transport? Okay, yes. Saving the environment. Let's do it.
I carpool.
Carpool, okay, yeah, that's great. Took the link, yes. Other, walking? Yeah? Wonderful. Okay, thank you. This is really helpful It'll help us figure out how to be best convenient for all of you, because we don't want you to all go away. We want to continue getting your association. Quickly before we end, I wanted to share the upcoming week's schedule. So we have events both in person and online throughout the week. The first half of the week just happens to be more online because we know that the work week is difficult. It's hard to commute, it's hard to go places, but if you would like to keep learning more about bhakti, about how do you practice the yoga of love outside of the yoga studio, this is a great way to do so. We have events throughout the week. Wisdom Wednesdays, again, my favorite. I love to rave about Wisdom Wednesdays. Hopefully some of you who attend Wisdom Wednesdays will also rave about it, but we get different bhakti yoga practitioners throughout the month to come and give talks, share their wisdom about various topics. So this week, the topic is Unhappily Successful, the Paradox of True Fulfillment. So this one will be given by Jay, well, not you Jay, but another Jay. So I think it'll be a great talk. And then of course, so next Friday, we have an ongoing series called Bhakti Talks. We will have a little bit of Kirtan, but we'll also have talks. So Shubh Vilas is a monk, and he travels the world sharing his knowledge and his wisdom. So it's going to be on the yoga of love. So this would be a great talk, a great introduction to what is bhakti, how can you practice it, what does it mean on a deeper level, past all these things we do. Because bhakti in itself is something really hard to understand. I know that I haven't fully understood it yet, and for many people it takes a really long time. So in bhakti, what we love to do is hear from those who know more than us. So this is one way to hear from those who know more than us, to learn about bhakti and how to apply it. And then we also have a yin and sound yoga sound bath on Saturday, also at Aditi Studio. So both of these events are in Aditi Studio in Wallingford. So for those of you who drive, hopefully it's more convenient because there's free parking. And we're essentially the only ones in the building at that hour. So, if you want to bring an RV, a truck, plenty of space, which is unheard of in Seattle. So do, participate. We would love to see you either at one of these events, both of these events, camp overnight in the parking lot, whatever works. So that being said, please do stay connected. I know many of you are already part of the Mantra House WhatsApp group, but if you are not, feel free to scan the QR code and join the community to stay up to date. In addition, I do want to say that Mantra House is a non-profit. We are sustained by donations from the community. We don't force them. We want everybody to come regardless of their backgrounds. But if you are in a place to give, we really do appreciate it. We were just looking at the trends from when we started and where we're at now, and it's going down to the point where we're now losing money on each event. So if you have the capability to give, please do help. It helps us remain sustainable because we love doing these events. We love having all of you attend, and we have many, many more ambitions in the future to do many more programs. So please, if possible, that is my last request. And then finally, I wanted to thank our Kirtan singers and leaders. We had Kana on the mridanga. Finding somebody who can play the drums is honestly the hardest part about this event. I kid you not. More than anything else, it's the hardest part. And he's someone who's so reliable and has opened up his schedule to come and volunteer his time. And from the bottom of my heart, I'm so grateful to Kana for coming and being so persistent and regular. And the drums are the heart of the Kirtan. When Kirtan started in the world, it started with the mridanga, with the drum. All these other instruments came afterward. So it's honestly an instrument that's so essential, and we're so grateful to have you. And of course, we're grateful that Atma found time in his schedule today. He travels so much, but when we're lucky, we get to have him come and lead a kirtan or 2 or 4 or 5 or 10. But again, we're really grateful that you could come and sing with us and chant with us. And of course, there's so many other more volunteers in the community. It would take hours to list them all. I kid you not. Just so many people who are involved. So I'm sorry if I cannot take your name, but thank you so much. And if you would like to get involved in helping us put these events together, if you would like to volunteer, please do come talk to me. There's many things to do, many skills to learn, and I think that is my laptop dying on cue. So finally, please do help yourself to some food in the back. We have a delicious menu that would have been projected if my laptop was alive, but trust me, it's really good. I think there's Italian? Yes, Italian. So please do help yourself. Please stick around, talk, and share some love and gratitude. Thank you, everybody.
And on the note of gratitude, I think a big piece of gratitude to Ian,
Yes.
who spends hours and hours every week
Yes.
to organize these and the online sessions. So thank you, Ian, for bringing this together.
Thank you to all of you for attending and making it possible. You know, I could do whatever I wanted, but if all of you didn't come, you know, I don't know why I would do it. So thank you for coming and sharing your gratitude with me. Thanks, everybody.